Welcome back to Royal Chronicles, where we bring you the latest breaking news, untold stories, and exclusive insights from inside the palace walls. I'm your host, and today we have a story that's sending shockwaves through Buckingham Palace and beyond. But before we dive into today's explosive update, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of royal drama. Trust me, you'll want to be here for what's coming next. Picture this. King Charles, the newly crowned monarch, facing perhaps his biggest crisis yet. Not from political opposition, not from international diplomacy, but from within his own family. And just when the world expected him to retreat behind closed doors, he did something nobody saw coming. He stepped out, boldly, unapologetically, with a message that's left both supporters and critics absolutely stunned. What did he do? What did he say? And why are palace insiders calling this the defining moment of his reign? Stay with me until the end because the final twist in this story will leave you speechless. Let's rewind for just a moment. Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, has been a thorn in the royal family's side for years now. His connection to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein has been the source of countless scandals, documentaries, and international embarrassment. We all remember that disastrous BBC interview in 2019 where Andrew claimed he couldn't sweat and was at Pizza Express in Woking. The interview that launched 1,000 memes and effectively ended his public royal duties. For years, the late Queen Elizabeth protected her favorite son. She stood by him even as the accusations mounted, even as the Virginia Giuffre lawsuit threatened to topple the monarchy's reputation. She reportedly paid millions to settle that case, keeping Andrew out of court but not out of the headlines. But here's where it gets interesting. King Charles is not his mother. From the moment he ascended the throne, Charles has been clear about his vision, a slimmed-down monarchy. A modern, efficient, accountable royal institution. And that vision apparently leaves very little room for scandal, even when it involves his own brother. Rumors have swirled for months about tension between the brothers. Reports of heated phone calls, cancelled meetings, and most tellingly, Andrew's conspicuous absence from major royal events. The palace tried to play it cool, citing scheduling conflicts and private matters. But we all knew something bigger was brewing beneath the surface. Then came last week. In an unprecedented move, Buckingham Palace released a statement that nobody expected. Not a vague comment about ongoing reviews or family matters. No, this was direct. This was definitive. This was King Charles drawing a line in the sand. The statement confirmed what many had suspected. Prince Andrew would be permanently stepping back from all remaining royal connections. But it went further. Charles's office acknowledged the serious concerns surrounding Andrew's past associations and expressed that the integrity of the crown must always take precedence over individual considerations, even within the royal family itself. Those words, even within the royal family itself, echoed around the world. This wasn't just about Andrew anymore. This was Charles making a declaration: no one is above accountability. Not even a prince. Not even his brother. The British press exploded. Social media went into overdrive. Some praised Charles for his courage and leadership. Others accused him of betraying his own blood, of throwing Andrew under the bus to save his own reputation. Royal commentators debated whether this was a masterstroke of modern monarchical leadership, or a cold-hearted political calculation. And then, just when the criticism reached a fever pitch, Charles did something extraordinary. Instead of hiding in Buckingham Palace, instead of cancelling his schedule and waiting for the storm to pass, King Charles stepped out. He appeared at a charity event supporting abuse survivors. Let that sink in. While his brother faces allegations connected to abuse, Charles showed up for abuse victims. The symbolism was impossible to miss, and palace watchers believe it was entirely intentional. But he didn't stop there. Charles spoke, not through spokespeople, not through carefully worded press releases. He spoke directly, addressing the gathered crowd with words that will be remembered as a defining moment of his kingship. "We cannot heal wounds by ignoring them," Charles said, his voice steady and clear. "We cannot build trust by avoiding difficult truths. As individuals, as institutions, and yes, as families, we must have the courage to face uncomfortable realities and take responsibility for making things right." The room fell silent. Everyone knew he wasn't just talking about the charity's mission. He was talking about Andrew. He was talking about the monarchy. He was talking about his own painful decision to effectively exile his brother from royal life. Charles continued, "Leadership means making hard choices. It means prioritizing what is right over what is comfortable. And it means recognizing that no institution, no matter how ancient or revered, can survive if it places its own protection above justice and accountability." The applause was thunderous. In the days since that appearance, public opinion has shifted dramatically. Polls show a significant increase in support for King Charles, particularly among younger Britons who have long been skeptical of the monarchy's relevance. Social media, usually quick to criticize the royals, has been flooded with praise for Charles's courageous leadership and moral clarity. Even some of his harshest critics have had to admit, this is not the man they expected to see on the throne. This is not a king clinging to outdated traditions and protecting institutional secrets. This is a monarch actively trying to reform the crown from within, even when it means painful personal sacrifices. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Some royal insiders report that the family is deeply fractured. Andrew is said to be furious and feeling betrayed. Other members of the family are reportedly uncomfortable with such public airing of royal problems. And there are legitimate questions about whether Charles is setting a precedent that could come back to haunt the monarchy. But for now, Charles seems resolute. Sources close to the king say he believes this is his moment to fundamentally reshape what the British monarchy means in the 21st century. That means transparency. That means accountability. And yes, that means not shielding family members from the consequences of their actions. So what's next for King Charles and Prince Andrew? Palace insiders suggest we haven't seen the last of this drama. There are reports of potential memoir deals, possible interviews, and ongoing legal considerations that could drag this story out for months or even years to come. But here's what we know for certain: King Charles has made his choice. He's chosen the monarchy's future over his brother's past. He's chosen accountability over comfort. And he's chosen to lead from the front, even when the path is difficult and lonely. Whether history will judge him as the king who saved the monarchy or the brother who abandoned family in their darkest hour remains to be seen. But one thing is undeniable: King Charles is defying expectations and rewriting the rules of what it means to be a modern monarch. What do you think? Is King Charles right to take such a hard line with Prince Andrew? Or should family loyalty come first, even in the face of scandal? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and I want to hear your perspective on this. If you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who loves royal news as much as we do. And remember, subscribe to Royal Chronicles and hit that bell icon so you're always first to know when we drop new content. Until next time, this is Royal Chronicles, bringing you the real stories behind the crown.